Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
General Hospital spoilers. Sidwell shuts down Marco saving Lucas. Son faces awful choice. General Hospital spoilers warn that Gen Sidwell might offer a terrible ultimatum. Will Marco Rios face a dreadful choice? When Lucas Jones confronted Marco in GH's February 16th episode, Marco played the blame game. Marco behaved like Sidwell was the one threatening Britt Westbourne and held Sonny Corinthos responsible for his readiness to work more closely with his father. However, Marco also informed Lucas that he'd quit working with Sidwell once his current assignment ended. Marco's love for Lucas appears real, therefore this may be something he's genuinely willing to do. Unfortunately, Sidwell may not be eager to let Marco go. This feels like a case where Marco's in too deep and may regret it when Sidwell makes it plain that walking away isn't an option. Sidwell isn't a man who responds well to treachery, so that's something Marco needs to keep in mind. Marco's first error may be trying to hide Lucas' newfound information because Pascal noticed Lucas eavesdropping. Pascal may provide Sidwell updates and leave Marco scurrying to pretend Lucas is under control. Marco may then declare that after their present assignment is complete, he'll be departing to focus on his life with Lucas. That's when Sidwell may shut down that proposal and demand Marco's continuing commitment. If Marco doesn't play by Sidwell's rules, then he might give down a punishment. Sidwell may vow that if Marco dares to sever ties, then he can depend on Lucas having a horrific conclusion. Sidwell can also warn that if Marco wants Lucas kept alive, then he'd best make sure Lucas isn't going to run his mouth and become a problem for them. Marco's eyes may be enlightened to exactly how low Sidwell may descend if he turns evil on his own son. Sidwell keeps playing up how he wants Marco to be happy, but that happiness can't come at his father's price. General Hospital spoilers say Sidwell may prove that to Marco, so who might hear disturbing news regarding Lucas and the peril he's currently facing. Nina stunned, Cody's warning, Spinelli spirals, Nathan terrified. On the next GH, a surprising political proposition rattles Port Charles. Emotions run high over Maxie's future, and intricate love triangles threaten to erupt. General Hospital spoilers are in for Wednesday, February 18th, 2026. In tomorrow's episode, fans may anticipate one character to make a disclosure. Another one gets some counseling for a serious family situation. Also, one man gets encouragement to go after the lady he loves. 5 key points. Willow Kane receives a stunning offer. Spinelli gets emotional counseling. Nathan West faces a nerve-wracking reunion. Cody Bell gets a push toward love. Political rivals begin to form. Read spoilers for the next 2 weeks of GH. Tracy vs. Sidwell, Maxie's decision, police drama. Willow Tate Kane's revelation. Let's start off with Willow Tate Kane. The woman had quite an intriguing meet-up with Gen Sidwell. The villain recommended that because Drew Kane can't continue his term in Congress, that Willow take his place. Wow, I did not see that coming at all. While Congress is a bit different from nursing or giving men locked-in syndrome, she hasn't offered an explanation yet. When Willow discusses the proposition to Nina Reeves, the blonde adds the nurse has a hidden weapon. Damian Spinelli counseled. Meanwhile, Brooke Lynn Quartermaine seeks to advise Damian Spinelli. The man claims that the way he handles this circumstance will affect his life. Well, there is nothing to truly handle, Spinelli. You have got to let Maxie Jones make that decision. Meanwhile, Lulu Spencer travels to visit her mother. Laura Collins already knows that her daughter is there regarding Maxie. Nathan West nervous. General Hospital spoilers for Wednesday, February 18th suggest that Nathan West has no idea what is going to happen when he encounters Maxie again. The detective opens out to Dante Falconeri. There is also Nathan and Lulu's feelings for each other. So this is going to become extremely nasty. Cody Bell encouraged. There is also Cody Bell. The stable hand gets some encouragement from Christina Corinthos Davis. However, Cody reminds her that there is a very severe consequence for invading Molly Lansing Davis' privacy. Alexis Davis supported over with Alexis Davis. She had an unexpected offer land in her lap. Now the woman needs to determine if she should run for Congress. Laura Collins believes she'd be wonderful for the position, and so does Molly. However, with Sidwell wanting Willow to take over for Drew Kane, things might become difficult. Now the lady who got Willow exonerated of attempted murder will be her political competitor, so let's see what happens next. GH spoilers. Maxie investigates her poisoning while Lulu and Nathan carry on behind her back. General Hospital teasers say that Maxie Jones is awoken after a months-long coma, none the worse for wear. Is she ready to identify and take down the person who poisoned her into a heart attack and subsequent coma? You bet she is. She's full of makeup and bustling about like she's preparing for a marathon. While we're thrilled to see Maximista back in the world of the living, her ability to spring out of her hospital bed in street clothes and berate her bickering kids is amusing. Let's find out what's in store for the medical miracle patient in the following days. Maxie is awake, but first, a little history on how Maxie got into her dilemma in the first place. Last August Maxie realized that Sonny Corintho's deception investment was filthy. She intended to go to the DA's office, but before she could squeal, she fell down during a home and heart face cream presentation. At GH it was found that Maxie suffered a heart attack, which is not good considering that she is a heart transplantee. Maxie is a heart transplantee. Lucas Jones detected an unusual enzyme in Maxie's blood, and subsequently we learnt that Jens Sidwell poisoned the cream to quiet her. The toxic enzyme was donated by Sidwell's colleague, Ross Cullum. We expect that Maxie will discover where the faulty enzyme originated from and put herself in risk again. But will she find out about Sidwell and Cullum, or will the truth remain buried? Lulu and Nathan skirt danger. What we do know is that Maxie has more to worry about than foolish enzymes. That's because Nathan West and Lulu Spencer are smitten on each other. While the poison enzyme narrative is enticing, the riz playing out between her ex and her bestie is even more hot. General Hospital spoilers imply that Maxie has her hands full after her awakening. Tell us, are you Team Maxie or Team Lulu as Nathan is concerned? General Hospital star Steve Burton says, "I'm not sick." General Hospital actor Steve Burton is setting the record straight regarding his exit from the iconic ABC series. Actually, make that his temporary leave. Steve Burton, "I'm not sick." The actor made it plain that he is going back to the program, despite some speculations indicating otherwise. In other words, he's not sick at all. Earlier in the month, Steve published a statement that claimed he's going to be taking some time off from the soap to focus on his family. And although everyone absolutely does deserve to take a vacation from time to time, a lot of fans and critics alike can't help but read between the lines of what Steve could truly be saying. At the time, Steve turned to his Instagram account to remark, "Hey everyone, I wanted to share that I'll be taking a short break from General Hospital. I'm freshly married and looking forward to spending some quality time with my family. I'm grateful for all the love and will be back this summer." But now the actor says that his break from General Hospital isn't as dramatic as some people are making it out to be. Steve Burton, what's next for Steve Burton? He responded, "Life is more important than anything else. I had a couple executive producers who said, 'Hey, family and life is much more important than any program that you're ever going to do.' And it really hits home following the loss of James Van de Beek. Like he is a man who we grew up watching, or was, a little generation, I think less than me maybe. I don't know." Steve continued, "I am grateful for the show definitely. It's been my whole life, and to walk away, it's not always simple. It's like family there. But I have a family too, I'm recently married. Want to take a break. Want to experience life a little bit and go enjoy, And when you get on the hamster wheel in the process of this, it's been a long time. And I'm really eager to take a break, spend time with the family, and just go live a bit. Be fortunate that I get an opportunity to do that. That's a gift in itself." Willow drops a bombshell on Nina. Port Charles is full of admissions as long-buried affections and hidden secrets start coming to light. Willow makes a disclosure to Nina. Meanwhile, Brooke Lynn counsels Spinelli, Lulu opens out to Laura, and Nathan confides in Dante. Key takeaways: Willow discloses a crucial fact with Nina that might affect their mother-daughter dynamic. Brooke Lynn gives advice to an anxious Spinelli as emotions run hot. Lulu, Nathan, and Dante all open up, creating the groundwork for tangled connections. Willow opens up apparently. Willow delivers a revelation to Nina. There's a lot that Willow has been holding back from her mother, including major offenses. Who knows? Maybe she will truly admit to attempting to kill Drew and/or being responsible for his present state. It's uncertain how Nina would respond if this happened. She would definitely be quite worried about Willow, but she would also understand, given it's Drew. Nina's a wild card like that. More opening up Brooke Lynn and Spinelli. There's a lot of confiding going on in Port Charles on Wednesday. First, search for Brooke Lynn to advise Spinelli. She has to know that he is feeling uncertain about his role in Maxie's life now that she has come up from her coma. He knows his connection with Maxie is good, but this is Nathan. Hopefully, Brooke Lynn can provide some words of wisdom. And if she can't, then maybe she can inform Spinelli that Nathan may not be an issue after all. That she realized Lulu and Nathan have emotions for each other. Not sure Brooke Lynn would go there, but it's an option. Lulu and Laura speaking about Lulu, she opens up to Laura, which she seems to do just about every other week. This time, she gets the extra information that Maxie is no longer in a coma. This makes her feelings for Nathan extremely genuine, but also quite inconvenient. She might wish to forget about anything happened between her and Nathan. Laura had best dig deep and assist her daughter decide out what to do next. Nathan and Dante don't count Nathan out. He'll do some opening up of his own too. But he will have to be careful with his statements. According to the weekly teasers, Nathan confides in Dante. If he hasn't been face to face with Maxie yet, maybe he's worried about meeting her again and needs ideas for reuniting. Dante can provide Nathan ideas on how to cope with an ex-wife who comes out of a coma. One piece of information the officer won't be confiding? His affections for Dante's ex-wife, Lulu. This is getting nasty. More words of wisdom. It looks like Christina tries to conduct damage control on Wednesday when she urges Cody. The guy naively read 2 pages of Molly's work, then expressed his discontent at her male lead character, who was obviously influenced by him. He didn't like the way she perceived him, but didn't care to read the remainder of the novel to see how his character progressed. Molly attempted to inform him, but he didn't listen. He opted to dwell in his wrath and insecurity. Christina helped start this whole process by forwarding Molly's work to her sister's literary agent, who thinks the book might be a smash. Unfortunately, Molly claims she doesn't want to publish her manuscript. She'd rather chose real-life love. So now it's up to Christina to try and mend things. Comings and goings, General Hospital, Young and Restless Days, B&B and BTG Week of February. From the stunning return of Shamar Moore to Genoa City celebrity to Steve Burton taking a Port Charles sabbatical as Jason, here's the very latest casting information about who's coming and who's departing on General Hospital, Young and Restless, Beyond the Gates, Bold and Beautiful, and Days of Our Lives. Who's coming Beyond the Gates? Madison Alsobrook. The actress made her debut last week and will continue to make her mark as Anastasia's granddaughter. Ben Gavin. Derek is primed to battle with Leslie this week. Maurice P. Carey. Randy's deception is in risk of being uncovered this week. Dominique Madison. Look out, Lynette. She will find herself coping with some uncomfortable interactions this week. Taimika Soretti. Soretti's career as gossipy socialite Anastasia continues. Karen Kendrick. Mona is in the mix again this week. Jordi Villasuso. The hospital lab tech is less than delighted with Ashley this week. Bold and beautiful Jennifer Garais. Expect a tumultuous week for Eric's wife as he finds himself battling to breathe. Days of Our Lives. Matthew Ashford. The long-standing fan face receives additional television time this week. Basil Alzero. Look for the actor to appear on Friday, February 20th. Maggie Carney. EJ has a talk with his assistant regarding Kat. Ivan Guevara, Vivian's lifelong partner and co-conspirator, returns this week and will feature in sequences with Leo and Dimitri. He last appeared in Salem in 2024. Melissa Reeves, Jack's wife, is also in the mix this week. General Hospital. Bradford Anderson. Spinelli is there to welcome Maxie home when she returns to Port Charles after being discharged from a hospital in Boston. Lily Fisher, Maxie and Spinelli's daughter, also takes part in her mom's emotional return. Gary James Fuller, Maxie's son with Nathan, is, of course, on the scene when his mother arrives home. Mark Forget. Sidwell receives some real food for thought from his butler/henchman, and Lucas may suffer the price. Rick Hurst. It's a hectic week for Rick, between romancing Elizabeth, eating bread with Sonny, and dealing with nephew/client Michael. Jen Ray. Suzanne shares her 2 cents to Alexis after discovering that Laura wants Alexis to complete out Drew's congressional term. John J. York. Expect dramatic sequences between Mac and his loving stepdaughter Maxie upon her return to Port Charles. Young and Restless. Laura Lee Bell. Newlywed Christine is back in Genoa City, and this week, she will share scenes with the unstable Mariah. Ethan Ray Clark. Dominic was restored to his family's loving arms last week following his kidnapping ordeal and will get additional screen time this week. Michael Damian. Danny is back in Genoa City beside his gorgeous bride Christine. Roger Howarth. Digest verified that Howarth began recording at YNR last week, implying that it won't be long until the actor's villainous alter ego, Matt Clark, darkens Genoa City's doorstep once more. He last appeared in the role in January. Vivica A. Fox. Fox temporarily portrayed Stephanie from 1994 to 95, and in April, she will be returning to Genoa City for a multi-episode plotline opposite Shamar Moore as Malcolm Winters. Malcolm and Stephanie were briefly linked romantically during Fox's first run on the program. "Surprise darlings," she posted on Instagram. "Your girl at Ms. Fox and at Shamarfmore are returning to at Young Gantharist Lesks as Dr. Stephanie Simmons and Malcolm. Much love to at Youngandrist Lesks for this amazing reunion." Cameron Grimes. Mariah remains in the throes of drama as the fallout from her kidnapping of Dominic continues. Shamar Moore. Moore became a daytime celebrity when he joined the program as Malcolm back in 1994, receiving a Daytime Emmy in 2000 for his efforts on the show. Now, having last guest starred in 2023, he'll return in April for a multi-episode storyline. Moore and Fox both began recording on Tuesday, February 17th. Melissa Ordway. Abby tries to establish some limits this week. Who's Going Days of Our Lives Carrie Christopher. The young actor's farewell episode streamed on Peacock on February 17th, with the part of Thomas ready to be filled. Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. February 17th will be my last appearance as Thomas D. Mera. Thanks for all the memories, he wrote in a Facebook post. Billy Flynn. Flynn halted shooting last year when he took the part of Kane Ashby on YNR, and his farewell episode streamed on Peacock on February 17th. The character will return in April in the shape of recast Connor Floyd. Autumn Grendon. Charlotte departed town alongside brother Thomas and doting dad Chad, signaling the end of Grendon's reign. She began portraying the role in 2021. Ashley Puzimis. As previously reported, Puzimis was one of 4 Salemites who returned to work in January 2026 following the program's holiday break to the news that they were being written off the show. The others were Carson Boatman, Raven Bowens and Puzimis's leading man, Leo Howard. The actress broke her silence on her departure on Instagram, saying, "Been meaning to post, but that's officially a wrap on Holly Jonas." 222 episodes later, an Emmy nomination, many tears shed, and a whole cast who has become my family. Thank you for the memories at Days Peacock. On to the next chapter. In the comments section, she received supportive messages from several of her co-stars, including Martha Madison, who wrote, "You light up the screen and every room you come into. You will demolish whatever comes next, and we will be cheering you on the whole way." Face-blowing a kiss Michael Rourke. Rourke assumed the role of Jeremy in October 2025 and his time in Salem will come to an end on April 29th. Who's Going General Hospital Steve Burton. One of the greatest stars in Port Charles, Burton stated this week that he is taking a vacation from the character of Jason, to which he returned in 2024. Digest stated that he has already began his break after recording his final scenes last week. The actor is slated to continue recording this summer. In memoriam on February 11th, James Van Der Beek, who early in his career portrayed Stephen Anderson on As the World Turns and went on to play Dawson Leary on Dawson's Creek, passed away at the age of 48. The actor went public in 2024 with his diagnosis with colon cancer and is survived by his wife, Kimberly, and their 6 children. Real-life status girl, you know it's true. Major congrats are in order for BNB singer Ashley Brewer. The actress, who tied the knot in December with film producer Mark Botch, is pregnant with her first child, a daughter. The new edition is coming in May. Alumni report Sydney Michaela and Florencia Lozano co-star as Samantha and Evelyn respectively, in the forthcoming horror movie Crybaby Bridge. On Instagram, Michaela rejoiced, "Excited to announce my first starring role in a feature at Crybaby Bridge film," adding, "So proud of the cooperation and attention that went into bringing this horror story to life. More information coming shortly. Let the legend begin." Black Heart. Former Dawson's Creek actor Joshua Jackson is scheduled to feature in a new drama pilot for HBO Max titled How to Survive Without Me. Jen Lilly has a new Hallmark Channel production showing shortly. Titled A Royal Setting, it will debut on March 28th. Save the date. The crown awaits, she wrote on Instagram. Peyton Meyer, who concluded his day's stint last year as Doug Williams III, is scheduled to feature in Kentucky Roses, will premiere on the Hallmark Channel on May 2, 2026. Variety claims that YNR star McKenna Grace has secured the lead role of Daphne in Netflix's live-action adaptation of Scooby-Doo. At the Courtemain residence, things remained difficult between Michael and Dante Falconeri, who believed they should keep their distance due to the ongoing Drew probe. That led to some bickering over Michael's flimsy alibi and all the ways it collapsed. Maxie wanted to explain his conduct and smooth things up a bit. Dante had faith in Nathan West to find the genuine tale, but Nathan was obviously feeling like they'd struck a dead end when he met with Molly, who was recusing herself from the investigation. At the PCPD, Harrison Chase pointed out to Nathan that he disregarded how Michael might have gotten into Drew's apartment. Since there was no indication of a break-in, Chase urged Nathan to examine if Michael may have his own key replica. Once Nathan examined the plan with Dante and Ada Turner later, Turner argued for a search warrant. Justine also talked with Dante alone and claimed she was sending the matter over to someone else. Ada Turner still believed Willow was guilty, so she argued she was biased. Dante questioned whether there was more to it than that, so Justine knew that prosecuting Michael would be an admission that they got it wrong the first time. That's why Ada Turner didn't want to be anywhere near this case and encouraged Dante to isolate himself too. Back at the Q house, Chase encouraged Michael to hand himself up, but Michael defended himself and felt Willow was responsible. Tracy took Michael's side once she entered and observed the debate in action. Nathan arrived up with a search warrant while the investigators were on the hunt for a key to Drew's house. Michael had no trouble cooperating, so he suggested Nathan may start with his keychain and passed it over. General Hospital spoilers indicate Michael's in for a shock thanks to Willow's frame-up play, so stay tuned.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.